G'day guys, welcome to GJBricks. I'm Greg. Today I'm going to be opening this box of stuff. It's train stuff, Lego train stuff, well, unofficial Lego train stuff. It's important to make that distinction. This is an aftermarket box. Now you remember one of my previous videos, I bought some train tracks from TrixBricks who do 3D printed Lego train tracks. I bought some more from them because I quite enjoyed the last lot I bought, and I've got some plans for what my city is going to look like. So I'm not going to show you the actual city, but I'm going to show you, this is a rough layout of how the track is going to be. So you can see here we've got triple junction here that we had before, we've got a curved junction we had before, and a bucket load more sidings, more junctions than we had before, plus 2 crossovers. All important stuff, plus 2 crossings. So those are all new stuff, that's all different, that's all a change from the last one. The last one had a few junctions, a few things. This is actually a full loop of 2 lines. That's important as well, and that will make sense when you see what I'm doing with Studsburg. It was something that was really bothering me, was I was having trouble moving my trains around because I had to take trains off and do all kinds of things. It was kind of annoying me, and didn't feel like a good layout, having been, you know, being a HO boy. I used to have my Hornsby train sets. I used to like having the trains running, and I liked it when I had 2 loops previously. So the new Studsburg is designed to give me more train space, and with TrixBricks' help I will maximise that space, because some of the stuff I want to do you just cannot do with Lego Junction. So I've bought a load of parts here from them to make what I want to do in this picture possible. Now some of it I admit, try to use the Blue Track software they recommend to design this. Getting it to run on a Mac is nearly impossible. I'm fairly tech savvy, it just didn't want to work, and I just didn't really have the patience to do it. So I was kind of figuring it out, going, well, that looks about right and that looks about right. So I'm actually going to redo it properly in Illustrator. This grid layout is actually proper 25 by 25 plates everywhere. So it's actually designed around proper sizing. So I should be able to quite easily map the examples that TrixBricks have on their website into Illustrator. So let's get into this box. I've waffled enough, I've shown you my plans. Let's have a look at this glorious train track. Oh, didn't cut enough tape. This has come all the way from Poland. They posted it on Wednesday and it arrived today, Monday. All via UPS. Go UPS! Now what have they given me? They've given me a free gift. Let's have a look at what the free gift is. Now this looks like a curved crossing again, similar to the last one I had from them. So yeah, that one's a curved crossing. That could actually be very useful, although that's an R104 corner. Is it R104? Yeah, R108 corner, sorry, which is different to the R40. So we'll see how that goes. Might not work with my layout. Loads and loads of stuff. Banana Berman, if you haven't seen his channel, go and check it out, link below. He's a good guy, I speak to him quite often, does some awesome stuff, and he works closely with TrixBricks, hence why he's in this video. So I'm going to say thank you to him for inspiring me with his layouts. He does some awesome stuff, he really does. So go, if you haven't found his channel, go and check it out. I just want to show you, this is how much stuff is in this box. Like, it's all bubble wrapped, tons and tons of it. Everything is individually bubble wrapped in here. This is going to take ages. What I might do is fast forward the unwrapping bit and then go through it with you. So I'm going to leave the camera rolling. You can see me do speed unwrapping. Made it. Alright, let's go through this one at a time. I actually need to figure out what, I think that's a oh, we'll come back to that one. I know what that one is. So I've got 4 of these left junctions. So these are the same ones I bought before. These are good because you can flick the exit to go curve in or curve out, which is going to be incredibly useful for doing my sidings because I want to pack a lot of sidings in. And then again, I've got a couple of right turns, so 4 right turns as well. Similar premise. I'm building lots of, you can see in the picture how many junctions are needed to do what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get a proper rail yard in there now, and that's the thing. I'm going to save that one till last because that's the really awesome one. Now this is what I got. Now if you ever had the Lego crossings before, they were like literally the length of a piece of track. So a normal piece of track, and then like that. What TrixBricks do is actually these like miniature ones here. So let's just have a look at one of those properly. So rather than being a full track segment, it's just the bit in the middle. So then you can join it together with some short pieces to actually make it work. So I can have like two crossings like that, like super duper close together if I wanted to. Like if I wanted to run my train tracks that close, I can do that and have something run across that, which is perfect. So if you could go back to my my crude diagram here, if you go back to the beginning where I had the thing, but I've actually got a train track that goes across 2 other lines here, and I'm not entirely sure of the gap, but it's definitely not a full gap. So I went with that approach because I thought it would make more sense. It would hopefully save me some space. So yeah, that was why I went with that one. They did have the full crossings, and they do have that that free piece they gave me as well, which is the crossing, the curved one as well. So they do a couple of specialized crossings like that, which is really, really useful for space saving. Like, you know, you can do some much more advanced layouts with this, so you can understand why Lego don't make all these pieces. It would cost them too much in inventory to distribute, but someone like TrixBricks can actually do this and have these parts because it's just out of one central place. It's not actually something that's stored in shops, so it makes perfect sense that TrixBricks can do this. Okay, so we've got those. Now here I have a variety of pieces. Let's have a look at what we've got here. Now those are just 2 half tracks, so it's just half a normal train piece. Then here we've got a quarter train piece. I should have a few of those. So again, those are useful sizes, but then they do some other interesting ones. This one here is a 1.5. So there's a bar, normal plate, Lego size, 1 bar. This is a 1.5 bar. And anybody who's built a train track knows it never ever fits perfectly. You have to use flexi-track to measure, yeah. So those 1.5, so I got some of those just because experience told me they might be useful. So I got some of those, and again, just single 1 plates. So I got a number of different sizes there, and then there's one more here, which you'll notice. This is a quarter track. This one is a 1/6 track. So this is obviously completely unusual Lego sizing, doesn't exist, but again, made a lot of sense to me to have those extra pieces to make it more useful, to make it sort of work with the space I had. Now this here is 2 pieces of track, and what this is, I got this purely out of interest. You'll notice that it's a piece of track. Let's hope this is focusing properly. It's a piece of track with 2 studs on it, and the reason it's got the 2 studs is because this will actually marry up new Lego train track to the old Lego track. The old Lego track was sold as sort of, you bought the sleeper and the track, or you bought packs of track and sleepers together, and you built the track. It didn't come as pre-made pieces like it does now. So what this does is let you use the old train track with the new train track. This will actually cross over, which is very useful because I've got a couple of older pieces of Lego train track to use that I wanted to use. So that means I can now use those. Now, I've got 3 super interesting pieces left. Which one am I going to do first? I'm going to do that one last because that's like the big one. Now, next up I've got these. Now anybody who built Lego yesteryear will recognise that as being something that used to be used in Lego train sets as pylons, and you quite often would get traffic signals on the top here. So if you look at the old 9-volt, 12-volt systems, they had switches and things that you could put on here, traffic lights, really good systems. I thought these were really good. I just wanted to get a couple to play with to see the quality of them, see how they work, because obviously being 3D printed there is a bit of a difference in the tolerance to the molded stuff. And this is the base that Lego used to sell, so the idea is you put that on there, and then what happens is you have a pylon that you can put stuff on. So I know TrixBricks does actually have a couple of aftermarket parts that can go on there as well. So I just wanted to give it a try and see how it goes. I like these. I want to build out some proper like signal boxes, signal areas in the city. So I thought that was really useful. I just was curious about giving it a try. Now this one I'm excited about. One issue I always had in my cargo area was the size the junction took up. So I had a straight, one of the normal straight junctions with a siding off of it. And the issue there is you've got the straight on the junction, and then you've got to put a curve on it. So imagine how much extra space you need to do that curve on top of that, because it's straight. What this is actually a curved junction. So you don't have that overhead of having the extra siding. So what you can actually do is it's already turning on the way out of the junction, like that. So it's already curved. I thought that was pretty nifty, and I'm really hoping if I put that in my siding, that's going to save me a little bit of space. Looking at the TrixBricks site, it should help heaps, especially if you put that curve on there. I only got to put one more bit in there, and then that's straight. So that saved me probably about that much space by having that curved junction. So this is a standard HO piece that TrixBricks make. You go and look at any HO layout, any normal sort of model railway layout, and this is a standard piece you can buy. So it's a good junction. I'm hoping this works as well as I hope it's going to work. Now, the pièce de résistance. There is one piece of Lego train track which is like the holy grail of Lego train tracks. And you go and look on eBay, Gumtree, Bricklink, and these things typically cost a couple of $100 in Australian dollars. They're expensive, and that is crossovers. These crossover tracks are insanely expensive. This is a quarter of the price of buying an old Lego one, probably less than that. Like by the time you look at like a brand new boxed one, this is a fraction of that price. It's absolutely criminal how expensive that track piece is, because Lego's not made it for so long. Like I'm not moaning at Lego for that, like it's their decision not to, but it's so expensive. So this is a crossover. I actually have two of these. So if we pull up my plan again here, you can see I had two crossovers in this city. One's by the train station, one's on my bridge. You'll notice the bridge is going to be a lot bigger now. That's a different story. We'll talk about that one in the Studsburg city update that I'm going to do. So yeah, got a good set of parts there from TrixBricks. You can tell I went a little bit nuts in what I ordered there, but it was well worth it. There's lots of parts I wanted to try out. I did really enjoy the last ones, and there were so many things I wanted to try. And this time I've laid out the city, I've filled in the gaps, and I think this is going to be really, really cool. I think this is going to work really, really well. So I've been happy with the TrixBricks track so far, and this again looks to be as good as the last lot. So fingers crossed. I'm especially intrigued by these sort of custom sized pieces as to how much they're going to help. And also these posts are going to be rather cool around the city. We'll decide how I'm going to actually use them exactly. Am I going to build signals on there? Am I going to do traffic light, you know, the signal lights, or what? I do like the idea of doing the sort of classic signals, but at the same time I've got lots of modern trains, so it doesn't really make sense, which is a shame. But maybe I'll have an old section where there's still some signals. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what you think of the TrixBricks track. Like, have you used this before? You saw my last video. I was quite happy with what I did. I was really excited about it, and I'll obviously be doing videos on these major junctions to show them working, to show how they benefit me and benefit the city. So I'll be doing that over the next couple of weeks as well, and you'll see them in place in Studsburg. I think the Studsburg rebuild is going to be a case of putting down the train track first and testing it all works. So we'll see how that goes. And if you're new here, make sure you hit subscribe. I post regularly, and here's a couple more videos I think you will enjoy from my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon.